Now I know I covered the Brutfuner, however you want to say them, in another video when I was showing that all of the pencils under different names were the same. But I did want to do a little bit more focused video just on this particular Brutfuner brand. Now this particular 120 color set actually came in this plastic box with this sheet saying that it is a Southsun advanced oily colored pencil. However, you can clearly see that the pencils in that case are Brutfuner. I don't know why I can't say that. But these are an oil-based pencil. They actually do feel like an oil-based pencil. They have numbers, but not color names. Let me see if I can find one where it's easier to see. Well, they're all pretty hard to see, but so they are numbered, but not named. And then, of course, they have the Brutfuner name on them. They do seem to sharpen fairly well. Now there's another video that I'll be putting out that has a more in-depth review of the color fastness. I just want to show here real quick this card where I did do a 2-month light fast test on this particular set, and this isn't all of them. There are other colors on here as well, but the Brutfuner starts here and it continues all the way down here and the side all the way down through these blues, this very oddly faded one here, all the way up through here, and then to those blue grays. As you can see, after just 2 months, many of the colors were completely fugitive. So really, you know, they're not a color that you would want to do any kind of professional work with, but they are perfectly fine for coloring books and for sketching. They do come in this, it's actually a very tight case where they actually snap right in, and then that plastic over case. And as you can see, there are 5 trays, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. One of the things that I don't really like about this set is, as you can see from this tray, many of the barrel colors and even the leads look very, very similar, particularly in these darker ones. But the interesting thing here is that they are vastly different when you put them on paper. And I'll show you here what I mean on this index card. So, you know, you'd look at this and you'd think, well, that one looks like it's a black. Okay, sure, that one is black. And this one looks like it's some shade of a dark green. But when you lay it down, it's actually a lot lighter color green than you would expect from the color that the lead appears. So with this set, it's really important that you do either a color swatch or you test the color before you lay it down on whatever you're working on, whether that's a coloring book or in your own sketchbook, just so that you're sure what it is that the color is going to come out as. All right, now we have here a really hideous picture of a rooster, I suppose, from a very cheap coloring book. The main reason for this picture was just so that I could see how well the colors performed with multiple layers, throwing them on, scribbling them on real quick onto cheap coloring book paper. And as you can see, they actually, they layer up pretty nice. There's like 3-4 layers in some of these areas. So it's really not a bad pencil for that. Now, I do love these pencils, and what I use them for is just adding a little bit of color in my sketchbooks whenever I am working on ideas. So in this case, I'm working on a sort of a steampunk octopus, and I have a bunch of different ones in here, but what I'll do is I'll just go in with these Brutfuners and just add a little bit of color just to see what it's going to look like. And this isn't, you know, my sketchbook, it's not intended to be a finished work of any kind. It's just where I throw in the ideas of bigger pictures that I want to do. And for that use, these pencils are excellent. As you can see, they actually lay down very nice on a good sketchbook paper. And let me pull the cover out here so that you can see. They lay down very nicely. You can do a light shading with them. You can come back in and get the deeper color if you want. They also layer up very nicely, the different shades over top of each other. You know, they're really great for concepts that you're working on in your sketchbook. I really don't have anything bad to say about them other than the fact that they really aren't light fast at all. But you wouldn't expect that for a 120 color pencil set that's, you know, around 20 bucks. But they're perfectly fine for coloring books and for just working in your own sketchbook. So I would recommend this set if you don't have them, but just keep in mind, look closely at the pictures that are in the advertisement for the pencils on Amazon, and look and see if you can see the name on the barrel of the pencil, because like I said, these ones came under the name of Southsun, but they are Brutfuner. Brutfuner also sells Brutfuner under the Brutfuner name, but there are a lot of pencil sets out there that are all exactly the same brand, Brutfuner. They're just labeled differently. So you don't want to end up buying 3 or 4 different sets of pencils and finding out that they're all exactly the same.